ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's time once again. It's time for that podcast heard, well, around a few places, by tens of listeners. It's time for the Department of Understanding Humans, the podcast. That's right, the podcast, featuring your ringmasters for the day, that stupendous, giggle-snorting gal, Friday herself, Rachel Wynn, and now her co-host actually has a name, that cranky clown you love to adore, Chris Meyer. And on with the show!
D.U.H, Department of Understanding Humans, yeah!
Tap, tap. Tap, tap.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning? Well, a little damp.
A little damp?
We're a little damp over here. It's a little moist.
I'm a little surprised over that. I mean, you're getting our 3-day deluge of rain that we've had here.
Holy balls, man. I mean, like, the power went out, oh God, probably, I think it woke us up at about 5 a.m. trying to come back on, like it was flickering on and off.
Yeah, on and off.
And then it just stayed off until about an hour ago, maybe.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. And then, but, you know, my computer isn't on any kind of backup, so it just shut down.
You're down.
Yeah. So I had to reboot from scratch, which is not a big deal. Your computer needs to be off once in a while anyway. But when you know, I go to bed, I have a music stream running. I have, you know, saved like 15 billion Google pages saved because of things that I'm doing or ideas that I have, you know? So I'm like, oh God, I gotta go I'm gonna have to go into history and pull up all of my web pages from yesterday. But that's okay. It's okay. I sent you the pictures. I mean, it's just like, you can see why we went and got the straw. Or tried to get the straw.
Backyard,
it's like water. It's like flooded.
It looks like the front yard right now. We have like a dip in the front yard where it's now just a stagnant pool of water.
Oh no.
That's sitting there. I mean, I took the dog for his morning thing, and I walked in the yard and I'm going and I'm leaving heavy footprints in the yard and I'm going, oh, that's not good.
Oh, like it's actually sinking under your feet.
Like it's sinking in the feet, you know. That's how wet the ground is.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So it'll take a few days for it to dry out.
Yeah, especially here because we have such bad drainage issues in our yard, which is one of the reasons why I want to get rid of the pool. Because I mean, the pool itself is dangerous, and we need to take it out anyway. The decking is like falling apart. But that aside, because I don't know what they did when they graded the land. They didn't do it properly, so it all just kind of puddles, and it's just
right. So
we need to do some landscaping, and that's going to take time and money.
Yeah,
we don't have.
Yeah. Anyway, happy 2019.
Happy New Year. I'm drinking coffee because everybody likes Rachel when she's on coffee.
Well, of course. Caffeinated Rachel is better than non-caffeinated Rachel.
Very much
We
so.
know this.
We know this.
Sadly, the beginning of 2019, right at the bat, on the same day, 3 celebs.
I thought it was 4. Was it 4?
It was 4?
I think we're almost... Yeah, we're on our 4th. We're on our 4th. Okay, so because I saw a post from one of my friends who keeps up with these things, and he was like, 2 more to go. Like, because, you know, it happens in 3s.
Right, it happens in 3s. But now it's starting to happen in 4s. You're right. We had the stuntman extraordinaire, Super Dave Osborne.
Awesome guy from David Letterman.
You know, Super Dave, he also was the helped create Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes, he did.
A lot of stuff you didn't realize. One of my favorite things, seeing Super Dave Osborne, and my friends and some people didn't get it when we watched Ocean's 13. He played Matt Damon's dad, his con artist.
That
dad,
was so awesome.
And there he was, it's like Super Dave.
And he was Super Dave at that point. I mean, he really was.
And Mean Gene Okerlund.
He was the announcer, right? He was the one that was like, let's get ready to rumble. Oh, was that him?
No. That's Michael Buffer you're thinking about. He's boxing. Mean Gene was the announcer. He always interacted with the wrestlers, and he was the interviewer. And he was
right.
A long-time interviewer he was for WWF for the long time, and then he went to Ted Turner's and did WCW, and he was with them. And then Gene sort of went, hey, I'm tired. I'm going to go and, retire and spade in the spotlight. And they always kept bringing Mean Gene back in a commercial or some sort of wrestling event, what have you. And the other death that I know of is Captain and Tennille. If you grew up in the 70s and the 80s, you knew love will keep us together.
Yeah, that was my bad karaoke voice. I'm trying to see if I can find the fourth person. And what's really sad is he's got so many great posts on his wall. I'm like, ooh, I should talk about this. Ooh, I should talk about that. No, I don't know what. Okay. I'll find it. Anyway, there is a fourth person. I'm not sure who it is. Dr. Hook.
Oh, that's right, from Alabama, the lead singer of Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show.
Yeah, Dr. Hook's Ray Sawyer, dead at 81. That was it. I knew I'd find it as soon as I decided to quit looking.
I mean, bam, bam, bam. Just all of a sudden, we're not even into what, the fourth day of 2000.
We're just there, yeah. So he said that's 4. Now 2 more to go. So then that equals the 3 and 3. Because they all die in 3s. It's sad. I'm not like minimizing it at all, because some of these people, like you said, Super Dave, actually all 3 of them, I knew who all 3 of them were basically. Now I don't know who Ray Sawyer is. I'm saying his name wrong. I'm sorry, dude. Ray Sawyer. I'm not sure who he is. I'm sure if I heard him singing, I'd be like, oh, that guy.
Dr. Hook, cover of the Rolling Stone was the big hit that he was famous for.
Okay.
Gonna see my picture on the cover. Gonna sign 5 copies for my mother.
Nice. Okay. That guy.
So now we'll probably get some people going, oh, yeah, I remember that song. So there you go. There you go.
I'm gonna go get it, and I'm gonna put it on my music stream.
There you go.
I am. So in local news.
Oh, what's going on in Hotlanta?
Well, Hotlanta's wet and damp and gross.
Yeah, well, that was the way in Beeham here. Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Wet.
Birmingham, how you doing? Come on over. You want some coffee? How you doing? How about some tea? You want some soy tea? Sweet tea.
Tea.
You want some sweet tea? You got to drop the E. So a friend of mine, OC, he has asked OC, OSI. That's his full name is very long and complicated.
Gotcha. So
I'm gonna go with the American stupid short version, OC. He's over in the UK. Cheers. Cheers, OC. He asked me to give an update on Harold. My IV stand. Yeah, Harold's fine. Harold's doing good. Thank you for asking. Appreciate it. I'm healing. Slowly but surely I'm healing. I'm trying to...
You draining?
Everything. That's what's in the yard, man! No, I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding. No, it's... No, it actually... the nurse has been coming to the house a couple times a week, and she says it looks really good, so... we're doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm healing up. I'm sleeping a whole lot. But because I can right now and because I need to. So hopefully I won't be able to next week because I'm supposed to start my new job unless the stupid government, the government shutdown may delay my start date.
Why?
Because the paperwork has to be processed, and the people who have to process the paperwork are tied to...
Oh, you're kidding.
I kid you not. And so because these two parties are being like spoiled children who can't decide which part of the truck they want to play with. But I still have a job coming, and it'll happen. It'll just be a little delayed, and that's okay.
Be a little delayed. Well, speaking of that, now speculation, the IRS has announced, and
I don't hate to say it. I want to abolish the IRS. I think it's the most archaic institution of government we have. There's no point to it. We go to a flat tax and we won't have this problem. Because of the government shutdown, the IRS is going, well, if it continues, we may not be able to do refunds.
Excuse
me?
me?
We'll take your taxes. Oh, yeah. We'll take your taxes. No, you better pay your taxes, but we won't be able to do your refunds because of the government shutdown. Because they're part of the shutdown. But
oh, my God. Okay, so
they'll take that money on April 15th or before then, but they won't give you your refund.
That's bullshit. They can't do that.
Yeah, I think that's
I'm sorry. I honestly think that at some point, like, I don't understand what it's going to take. There are so many things that the government is doing that are illegal against the American people. When is it going to stop, and how are we going to stop it?
And folks, here's what they don't want you to know. There are no laws that say we have to pay taxes.
Oh.
There is no law that says we must pay. And people have gone to court about it. There is a case where a gentleman went to court and goes, go ahead, sue me. And he proved it, where the judge looked and he goes, you know what? I don't see anywhere where it says you have to pay.
Then how are they taking people's houses?
People are not smart enough. They don't want to use the system. And there's some aspects where people don't want to fight. I'm not one that's going, hey, we need to rebel, get your yellow vest.
No, God, no. This is not a suggestion for you guys to be complete assholes out there, but I mean,
But we have to have a lot of reform, and this has opened a lot of people's eyes, especially with this whole shutdown thing.
So as of yesterday,
both sides, they're stupid.
As of yesterday, the New York Times said that the 116th Congress updates House approves plan to... My God, can you hear my dog?
Yes, I can.
The doors are closed. The doors are closed.
The background.
Damn it, dog. Okay. He talk. They got new toys for Christmas and they're fighting over them, and it's the funniest. It's so funny. Okay. So 116th Congress updates. House approves plan to reopen government, but it's not likely to pass Senate. This was yesterday. The bullet points on the New York Times are the 116th Congress, with the House in Democratic control, has to come to order. The House approved legislation to reopen the government. Representative Nancy Pelosi, Democrat of California, was elected Speaker. The House has begun changing its rules to reflect the Democrats' new priorities. Those are just the bullet points. I haven't read the article.
Right.
So, and it's long, and it's the New York Times. I think the New York Times is crap, but still.
Well, no, you can't discredit a lot. I mean,
you're right. I know. The New York Times.
I know. That's your opinion. Let's just say that's your opinion.
The New York Times is a newspaper, and I'm sure they vet their facts, and I'm sure they're above par.
There was that one time they came out and said, yeah, we kind of ran a campaign ad for Hillary. Yeah, we kind of did that. But anyway,
Did you know that the New York Times refused to publish anything about the Holocaust? And it's owned by a Jewish man? They refused. During the Holocaust, during the war, they refused. They only, they did it was all the propaganda of keeping everything okay. I was watching a documentary on the Holocaust, which I just cried. And it was the survivors and how they laughed. It was very like it's kind of like the stuff that you and I do, where we get satirical about stuff, right, and we laugh about the dark stuff that nobody wants to talk about because it's funny. And that's what they did. They actually created ways to cope during the Holocaust by making comedy out of it. And so now you've got some of these dark comedians that just have a field day with it, and they sit there, and survivors of the Holocaust go to these guys and they just start laughing, and it's great. And there's more to it than that is so, I'm not doing it justice. I'll find the name of it and Share the name of the movie. It's on Netflix, and you can go see it yourself. Anyway, so New York Times, it does what it does, and House Speaker Pelosi needs to go home and have a manicure and pedicure and retire, and give it a breast, and stop bringing children up.
I'll get on my soapbox and I'll get off really fast.
Soapbox time!
Our problem is not how long our president is in office. Our biggest problem is we have people like Pelosi, Waters, even on the other side of the fence, we have, longtime Republicans who've been in Congress and in Senate for years, not just years, decades. That's where our problem is. We need to start limiting terms on Congress and Senate.
Yeah.
Because we have people that just sit there forever and a day. And it doesn't help. We don't have new ideas. You still have the same old stagnant ideas that are in there, and here we are.
Yeah. And they don't want to change anything, and they think that their answers are the best answers and the only answers. And then they get up there and they act like what they're doing is right. And right now, look, I know, we've talked about politics several times, and you and I have come to the conclusion that there are things that we like and there are things that we don't like. And right now, I, as an American, and here's my stance, and this is something that I don't understand. Soldiers get this. Law enforcement gets this. People who serve the country and serve the people, we get it, right? You may not like your president, but you respect your president and you honor your president. Kind of like you don't like your parents, but you respect your parents and you honor your parents, okay? They may do things that are stupid and you disagree with. Really disagree with. On a moral, ethical level, you really disagree with. You may think as an overall person, they're a piece of shit. But the truth is, he's our president. He was voted into office. He's our president. He's going to be there. He's going to make good choices. He's going to make bad choices. He's under a microscope, so the bad choices are being magnified. The good choices, maybe they're showing them off. Okay? So if you pay attention to the magnifying, if you pay attention to the media, I'm not dissing media because technically we're kind of media at this point. But if that's all you do is pay attention to the surface, you're never going to get it. But the point is, you may not like him. You may not have voted for him, but he's your president. Suck it up and deal and be respectful. Okay? I don't like Pelosi. I don't think she should still be in office. I don't think she should hold a chair. I don't think her opinion should matter. But she's there, and there's really, until I can vote the right person to replace her and it takes effect, there's nothing I can do.
But the problem is you can't go to California and vote because you're not. Is she California? I'm sorry. I'm being ignorant.
Pelosi. Well, she's House Speaker now, isn't she?
Yeah, she's House Speaker.
Which makes her kind of not... I don't think... she's representing most of San Francisco, California. Yeah.
Okay, so she's California. So it's up to California to vote her out.
Right.
Anyway.
So there's nothing we can do about that because California has a certain population and and this brings up the whole electoral college bullshit. So the problem is, while we are Americans and we get to enjoy certain freedoms in this country that a lot of other countries don't. I mean, if I was drinking a pint in the UK and I started making comments about the monarchy and the embassies and the politics and the ... I'd get arrested. And the UK is pretty, how you doing? Stiff upper lip. But you can't say shit like that there. They don't have freedom of speech like we do here. And
well, to a degree,
to a degree, like we do. So it's not like you can run around doing some of the stuff that you can here in America. And so we take for granted as Americans. We really take for granted the freedoms that we have, but at what cost? And that's what some people are starting to realize now. We have lost a lot to gain some of the freedoms that we have. So some of the freedoms that we have really aren't freedoms. They're almost oppressive manipulations.
Ooh, that is an interesting... Oppressive manipulations. That's an interesting term.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when Rachel has coffee.
Wow, you're firing on all cylinders today, aren't you?
Holy crap. I haven't even had breakfast.
The neurons and the synapses are all connecting.
But it is. I mean, the Democrats, Candace Owens. You remember her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember Candace Owens.
So
she's now she's a touring speaker.
Right. And so she is a young Black American who brought to the attention of other young Black Americans the democratic manipulation of oppression regarding welfare and voting and the ghettos and the ... fill in the blank. So then at some point she started, because she was going to these liberal colleges, she started changing minds because she started showing them the facts. Guys.
Right. It's just a different basis of opinion.
Right.
You know?
And so she showed them facts. She showed them perspective. Right. And when you open your mind to a new perspective, you have a chance at thinking on a higher level of possibility. And when you...
well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go.
That's a problem we have right now.
Yes.
Is we no longer open ourselves to rational discussion and debate.
Mm-hmm. It becomes...
We no longer do that.
I'm protesting, so I made this sign.
I don't like what you say, so I'm going to protest. I don't like who's in office, so I'm going to yell and scream and say we're going to get the MFR out. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, that's a newly elected congressperson in Michigan who said
really.
That. But anyway, and kind of a side note, I know Trump's doing some things that might, it's not agreeable. I'm kind of on the fence about Donald Trump. I voted for him. I'm not going to make any bones about that. You don't like it, fight me. Hey, I don't care. What other choice did we have? We had her or him. Okay.
Right, and I would rather have the guy who's maybe only a little qualified. But
at least I know the criminal that I'm voting for.
Right, right. Know your demons.
So this whole rush to impeach Trump. Let me kind of paint the picture here.
Again.
Yeah, they still want to impeach Trump.
Again.
Let me paint the picture. Let's say you impeach him. Guess who you've put in charge? Mike Pence.
Hey.
Think about that for a little bit. Oh, by the way, here's a statement Mike Pence has said. I do believe you can use shock therapy to get the gay out of gay people.
When did he say that?
This was while he was governor of Indiana. Okay.
Oh, hang on.
This is the guy.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. I might throw up. Hang on.
This is the guy.
I think I'm a little nauseous.
Step in place of the one you want to impeach. This is the fella you want having his finger on the red button. Good luck with that.
This was. I see it here on Google News. It was Rashida Tlaib calls to impeach Trump on her first day in Congress, and this is The Hill, is the source. Congresswoman refers to Trump in speech, tells crowd, "We will impeach the mother." Oh my God! Seriously?
Yeah, she's video.
That's who. This is Newsweek. That's who is people. You voted for her. There are people who voted for her. Bet you're really proud now.
Ocasio-Cortez in New York, and she doesn't understand socialism, but she ran on a socialist platform.
She has no idea what socialism.
Okay.
Oh my God! I like that reminds me of the beauty pageant from a few years ago. I think that the Iraqs and Irans, their children just don't have access to the maps like we do.
That's right. The girl that's from the map. Jeez.
The Iran.
Here's
oh my God, welcome to New York. We want socialism, but I don't understand how you're supposed to take some of my dollar and I can't use it.
She's yelling at Amazon for opening up an Amazon distribution center in the Bronx or in someplace.
A lot of people are upset about that.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of people upset about that, but I hate to tell you. So you need jobs? Okay, here's Amazon. They're putting a fulfillment center there, but you're mad that there's jobs. I understand.
Wait a second, Chris. Hang on a second. Hold.
I'm wrong.
Please,
Sorry,
please hold for this counterintuitive moment. The reason people are pissed off is because they're not building this distribution center. It's actually a corporate office. And they're not building it to bring jobs to the location. They're actually building it to bring people there to work. That's why people are pissed, because while they thought it would be like X number of jobs, it's only a small percentage of those jobs.
A corporation promised something and then didn't deliver on it.
Ding, 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 ding.
Boy, this is my surprised voice. This is my voice that I want a soda. This is my voice that I'm really not shocked by this.
Oh my God. Can you believe it?
Yeah,
they get all these tax breaks to take over a part of the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, and there you go.
There you go.
I mean, there are people that have been living in the rent-controlled apartments nearby, and they're really upset because what they've done is they've taken a very large section of Long Island City, which is part of the boroughs, and they're turning it into this big corporate building and partial distribution center. And so there's only going to be, while they said that there was going to be, like, for example, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't know the actual number, thousands of jobs, there's only going to be like 5. And it's that big of a gap that they're really upset, because what they're going to end up doing is they're going to end up relocating people from other locations to bring them in that already have the job, that already have the corporate entity to run the building.
See that? Yeah.
And so that's why people are mad. Now, for her to go and bitch about it, I really can't complain. But at the same time...
I didn't realize. I thought she was bitching about a distribution center that was going to create jobs.
But at the same time, I don't have a dog in that hunt. Yeah, no, I don't have a dog in that hunt. So I really can't say much. I know that they were going to bring it to Atlanta, and when New York got it, a lot of people actually went, "Whew, we dodged that bullet." So I don't know. I just know what I've been reading. I don't. It's not like I mean, on some level, I'm personally affected, but I'm not. So yeah. But
speaking of, we now have an Amazon distribution center in Birmingham, and a drone dropped off a package. That's frightening to me.
Sorry, I was drinking my coffee.
But it all of a sudden you hear this. What the Skynet?
Oh, we are in deep shit. I'm telling you. You know all those.
All right, I'm waiting for Arnold to come around the corner.
Get to the chopper! Of all the things,
your boots and your motorcycle. John Connor, you will save us all.
Every guy named John Connor out there is now freaking out.
Sarah Connor.
I'll be back. I think we're in trouble. I honestly do. All those sci-fi. I watch too many sci-fi thrillers, and I'll tell you, I really think, because have you ever seen Black Mirror?
Yes.
Oh my God! The social commentary effect on that. I log off going, I'm never touching my computer again.
Hey, there's another show that does a lot of social commentary, and surprisingly, it's from the guy that created Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane. Apparently, he was a huge Star Trek fan. So
I love that show.
The Orville. He made it.
Yes.
The Orville, and I got into it last year real hard, and this year, they've started off with a couple of things, and boy, there's a lot of social commentary on it, and it's stuff that you go, oh yeah, I can see that.
Oh yeah.
And it's dealt with a lot of humor. It's dealt with a lot of grace. And Family Guy, I mean, let's face it, Family Guy has a lot of lowbrow humor, a lot of lowbrow humor. But The Orville is very smartly written. So you want a show to get into for 2019? Start watching The Orville. You won't be. My brain is not catching up. My mouth has decided to slow down. You won't be disappointed. Thank you. God Almighty, why did it take me a long time to say disappointed? I don't know, brain fart. I'm not caffeinated enough. Anyway,
disappointed.
You know what actually could happen? Our friends Saltine and the Bean and I know they listen to us. Guys, you got to quit messaging me at 3 o'clock in the morning telling me you have a podcast. Seriously, I'm going to turn the notifications off. I love you guys. You guys, great. It's funny. I laugh at it. But stop telling me at 3 o'clock in the morning that you have a podcast drop. Because it makes me think there's an emergency on my phone. When it goes, and I'm like, oh God, somebody, and I'm like,
it's their auto notifications on Twitter.
Yeah, me. But what? Fuck you. And I go back to bed, and then all that. So
and then you're having bad dreams, and you're not thinking properly, and it's okay. It's okay. It's all good.
Either that, or I'm just really disappointed that Blade Runner hasn't happened, because that was supposed to be 2019. Harrison Ford, that's all. And also, we don't have the flying cars like the Jetsons, because the Jetsons took place in 2019. I'm very mad that I don't have my automatic dog walker, or I'm working a 2-hour day. And, I don't have a theme song going, meet Chris Meyer, do. Or living in the sky in, those luxury apartments with Astro. Mad Farkas doesn't talk. He but he doesn't go.
What?
Astro, the dog, he used to talk, George. Pretty much futuristic Scooby-Doo, where they got the idea from to let's make Scooby talk.
And he actually kind of looks like him.
Semi, not like...
He's more of he's a Great Danish, isn't he?
He's a Great Danish, but he doesn't have like astro rings around his neck.
That's true. Tail. This is true.
George.
George. So, okay, the Netflix comedy show about the Holocaust is called The Last Laugh. It's on Netflix.
The Last Laugh.
The Last Laugh. And it's comedians, writers, and entertainment icons discuss whether it's permissible to joke about horrible tragedies like the Holocaust, AIDS, and 9/11.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Touchy subjects.
They are very touchy subjects, which is why some of the better comedians who are smart enough to handle it, they do it well. Kind of like...
I crack jokes a lot of times, but those are things I really stay away from. There
are taboo topics that we just kind of don't go. But also, it's kind of like I equate it to, like, I'm not military, so I don't wear camo because I respect the camo. But a friend of mine who is military said, "Hey, as long as you're with me, you can wear camo. I don't mind." I'm like, I just don't do it. But, kind of like, I'm not a cop, so I don't wear police uniform stuff. But but it's kind of like, I'm not Jewish. I'm not 100% Jewish. I'm not authentically Jewish, so I can't make fun of the Jewish culture. You know what I mean? I am white.
Not a tribes person?
Do what?
You're not a tribe? You're not part of the 12?
I'm not part of the 12. I am
Shunda.
I am Christian Messianic Jew. So it's like we're the Jews that love Jesus.
You're a Jew for Jesus.
We're a Jew for Jesus, but it's also, we're not...
I want that on a t-shirt.
There are t-shirts for that. You can Google it.
Yeah.
But, like, I can make fun of middle-aged white Christian females in the South.
Of course
and they all start with, "Oh, honey."
Oh, bless it.
Bless it. Good Lord. Darling, don't... Oh, paddle.
I can make fun of old white Lutheran people that are transplanted down here because, I'm Missouri Synod Lutheran. And, that's like the heart. There's black and white. There ain't no in between. There's no gray. We're very conservative. May God, for God Almighty, we're almost Quaker, for crying out loud.
And the other really awesome show or movie that you need to see on Netflix, if you haven't seen it yet, is Bird Box.
Oh, dear God.
Holy crap! Have you seen it?
Yeah, I want 2 hours of my life back.
Oh, stop it.
I really do.
Now, Downsizing, I watched Downsizing, and after that, I'm like, what the hell did I just watch? I want that back.
I'm sorry. This is where we're going to agree to disagree. No, Bird Box, I was left going, the that I just watch. Okay, and I'm sorry, Sandy Bullock, I like you, but
Really?
no,
Really?
no,
Really?
yeah, really.
Really? I loved it. I thought it was great.
I'd rather watch, Dr. Pimple Popper for 2 hours and, all that disgusting mess than watch Bird Boxing. People are like, oh, you got to see it. Oh, it's like A Quiet Place. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a ripoff of A Quiet Place. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so that's just, I didn't enjoy it.
Is A Quiet Place? I've not seen A Quiet Place.
Oh, yeah. You got to see A Quiet. It's with John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. And I think the movie was better because the two of them are married and they are a couple in real, they're married and are a couple in real life, and they're playing a family in this movie. And if you make a sound, the predators, these alien predators, come and find you.
Okay.
So that's the whole premise. But anyway.
No, John Krasinski's Emily Blunt's husband? Really?
Yeah, I know. That's the surprise. You kind of go, really? That guy?
No, I thought he was. Oh, no, I'm thinking of Dax Shepard and Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, no, that's another one you kind of.
Not Kristen Wiig. Kristen
Bell.
Bell. Yeah.
That's another celebrity couple. You go, really? Those two? Okay.
Because, and they obviously are couples because they're just so awesome. Like, yeah. Did you see the video where Dax Shepard gets Kristen Bell a sloth for her birthday?
No, I did not. I did not see it.
She was on Ellen and she loves sloths. And so they were able to rent, God, Hollywood people, you were so obnoxious. They were able to rent.
They rented
a sloth.
American creature.
Right, a three-toed sloth. They were able to, I guess I don't know. But anyway, so they brought, he surprised her for her birthday. And the video, she just starts freaking out and crying. And she's doubled over. She's doubled over in this fetal position. He's like, what's the matter with you? And she's like, I'm so happy. Google it. You've got to Google it at some point. It's the funniest damn thing.
Brent, you have that much money, that much.
They rent a fucking sloth. I don't want to hear about anything about money from the Hollywood people.
Okay. I get you rent a pony for a kid's birthday party. Yeah, okay, I get that. You rent a little petting zoo for a kid's party, or those little the nature people. They bring insects, and I get that. Okay, I get that. You rent a freaking endangered animal like a sloth. Okay, yeah.
Are they endangered?
I don't know. I guess they're endangered.
It would make it a better story. So we're just going to assume they are. Fake news!
Everything's endangered.
Everything is endangered, especially lately. And as I Google A Quiet Place, the first 5 things that pop up, 24 reasons why A Quiet Place and a Bird Box are the same movie. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Balls.
Now you're like, oh man.
Fuck. Which would explain
the movie for me.
Well, which would explain, didn't A Quiet Place actually make it out to theaters?
Yeah, Quiet Place.
And so Bird Box was just Netflix. So it's kind of oh, you ripped off Bird Box ripped off and went straight to video.
Anyway, yeah, no, you can form your own opinion on the movie, folks. I didn't enjoy it.
I'll go check it out.
I'm also the guy that didn't enjoy Titanic either, so.
What? That's okay. I can't give you shit about that. I just can't give you shit about that.
My life back on.
Don't let go, Jack. Don't let go.
Let go. Geez, please, for the love of God, Jack, let go. Just end it, Jack. You can't, because you can't live with this woman. No, go ahead. End it, Jack. Yeah, I know. And what I couldn't get over is people were going back to see it over and over and over again at the time. Like, oh, it's so magical. Why? Do you think the ending's going to change? Are you hoping Jack lives and the boat doesn't sink? I mean, and actually stays on the boat and lets the women go first? No, and instead he grabs a child and goes, I have a child. I need to save myself. I'm Billy Zane. Dear God. Anyway. Rachel, moving on here a little bit. We do have a sponsor for 2019, and I have to Says we do. We have a sponsor for 2019.
What?
Yes, we do.
What? Go.
Are you ready?
Go.
Dick's famous hot nuts since 1939 have been supplying great snack treats. Those wonderful hot nuts from Dick's. Ladies all around love it when you when you just eat a bag of Dick's hot nuts. Since 1939, the sweet treat that's made women go, yummy in my tummy. Dick's hot nuts. I wanted to start off 2019 just breaking the did.
Oh my god, I can't breathe. I'm crying. Oh my god. Woo. That ad, by the way, was $69. Oh my
really
god.
thought we had a sponsor, didn't you? You were sitting like,
I was like, what? You didn't tell me beforehand? I thought you would have like IM'd me by now going, oh my god, dude, we got a sponsor, check this out. I would have been like, woo! But that's awesome.
Dick's hot nuts.
Dick's hot nuts. We need
Try to get Dick's Taxidermy, who've been stuffing beavers since 19.
Oh, okay, I gotta breathe. Oh, this hurts. God. Okay.
You okay?
I'm fine. I'm good.
Breathe.
I'm good.
In with the good air. Anyway.
So let me ask you something. Where did you come up with that ad? Because we need to make a poster for that shit.
It's actually somebody sent me a link to this T-shirt company, and it is Moonshot. We'll give them a shout out. Moonshot.com has great T-shirts, funny, absolutely funny parody ads. I saw this and I was like, okay, I'm gonna really get Rachel today. The T-shirts are from Moonshot. They have Dick's Taxidermy, Dick's Famous Hot Nuts. Let's see here. Hang on a second. Let me pull up their Moonshot products here. It's a lot of parody T-shirts. Dick's Taxidermy, Dick and Peter's Catering. Okay. Yeah, Dick and Peter's Catering, which is
it's on Zazzle. It's on Zazzle.com. Moonshot Clothing on Zazzle.
Moonshot Clothing.
Which
Dick and Peter's Barbecue, sausages and kielbasa. It's not a party till one of our wieners come out. Dick and Peter's Catering.
Oh my god.
I am sitting here going like, yeah, I need to order some of these T-shirts. Morningwood Campground. It's a perfect.
Oh, they're on all the self-printing T-shirt things. I get it. Yeah, it's like TeePublic and Cafe Press and Zazzle. So they're a store that is on these locations. They don't actually, because I'm not finding the site. So
okay.
And something's going on with my internet, so my DNS is going liar.
Could be. But anyway, so maybe we'll get a sponsor out of Moonshot.com.
Hey, look, if Moonshot, honestly, I have no problem pimping out Moonshot T-shirts if they want to.
Because the T-shirts are hysterical.
Yeah, they're hilarious, and we could do your thing, Chris. Reach out to them today.
Well, I plan on it. I'm also going to reach out to Five Guys and Fries because our Dragon Con video of us with the question of what do you think your best fries are, and
Five
the
Guys.
audience just goes crazy when I say number one favorite, Five Guys and Fries. If we don't get a sponsorship or some sort of like, hey, thanks for pimping us out, I want to show up to Dragon Con with a bunch of fries. You know what? Don't give me the money. Just let us show up with bags and bags of fries to give away.
I will get in touch with the local Five Guys.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask them.
Video.
I'll be like, hey, by the way, we're going to be at Dragon Con next year. Do you guys want to give us like a dozen bags of fries for this?
You give us 2 dozen, because,
Because some of them we're going to eat. We have 20s of listeners. What? Wait. Hang on. I'm so excited. Okay, so...
You're excited?
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Okay.
I'm amused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I excite. My internet's
Papa.
just...
You're excited. You are my friend.
I don't know what's going on. I think my firewall's freaking out because we lost internet. I don't know. I can't get anything on the web, which means I'm probably gonna have to.
You're not safe.
I'm not safe. Anyway, so I'll have to look it up. But
Okay.
This episode is episode 50. We are starting 2019 on episode 50.
50.
50. I'm so excited. Hey, Papa.
We starting on 50. We start on episode 50.
We are starting on episode 50 as I drink my morning shake.
Your morning shake.
Yeah, man. When you gotta be healthy, you drink them shakes, okay?
We start on episode 50. There's a little 50 cent for you. 50.
Actually, I'm a little like broker than 50 cents, so I'm like 49 cent.
You're 49 cent. 42 cent.
42 cent.
50 cent. The only celebrity / rapper who's been shot like 8 times that now he goes, yeah, bullets are like food to me. Dang, 50, you got shot. No, it's okay.
It's okay.
Good.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm okay. Oh my God. You have worn me out this morning.
That's my job. I want to start off 2019 in the right direction. I've kind of made a resolution. I'm not going to let a lot of things affect me anymore.
That's a good resolution.
Well, I just, there was a lot of stuff that happened last year that I got upset about and up in arms privately. And this year I just went, you know what? Hell with it. Roll through and have fun and laugh. Because if you can't do that, then what do you have? So
yeah. If you take everything seriously, you'll kill yourself at least 2 years earlier. And
I want to have fun doing this. So we're going to have lots of fun doing our podcast. We've had a good 2 years so far.
We really have. Honestly, I love doing this podcast. I know that there are days that you have to talk me off the ledge. I know. Because at some point my focus was on the wrong thing. And the podcasts that I come to that I just kind of like, I don't care, we're going to have a blast. Those are our best podcasts. The ones that I come to where I'm like, okay, we have to be organized. We have to have everything in order. We need to be able to fit a sponsor here. And we need to make sure we hit every mark the way it's supposed to be hit. No, it's not.
It doesn't work.
No.
Never, when we sit and try to do that, it doesn't work.
That's why Dragon Con was so fun, because we just went there and were like, hi.
Everybody, they ask, well, God, somebody from another podcast asked me, God, you guys really had a good show at Dragon. How did you plan that? What did you do? And I looked at them, I went, guess what? We just got up that morning and went, what are we going to talk about? I don't know. Let's wing it.
I think I made a list when we were sitting there. Like when we sat down before we went live, I wrote like a bullet list of like 5 things that we could talk about if we didn't have anything to talk about.
Honestly, I wish we would have some more guests on the podcast every now and then. But,
Speaking of which. Okay, so shout out to Podcast Atlanta, which I'm a member of the team on ish. And so there have been 2 so far in the last couple weeks, or in the last week or so. There have been 2 people who have shown up in the group that have said, hey, podcasters, interview my client. And so I said, hey, send me some information. So both of them are authors, and it's about books. So that's a good way to start. I'm going to reach out to Jeremy, Dr. Love, because he has started a podcast. And so we want to obviously cross promote because we love our love bombs. However, he's taking a vacation, so I'm going to wait until after the new year. Wait,
dropping those love bombs.
Oh my God, he's been so busy. I think he's got a book. He's got the podcast. He's got the website. He's doing retreats. I mean, he's just all over the place trying to help people rethink.
Now, I must say this. I tease Dr. Jeremy, and I tease him because he's got the man bun and all this other stuff. But I like his message.
He's awesome.
I like the message that he's putting through to people and how he's going about doing it. So he's actually doing a lot of good things. So
he really is doing a lot of good things.
I endorse you. You're a good guy.
That's lovebombs.com, right? No, long distance. Sorry. Long distance love bombs. That's it. God, I know we call them love bombs because it's easier.
Guy to check out. You got to check out Nick Britton.
Nick Britton.
Nick.
Yes. Who, he's I love talking to him. He was so much fun. He just had a son.
Congratulations, Mr.
Yes,
Britton.
he's a daddy, and he's proud as punch. So yeah, it's good stuff. I'm gonna bring on some people that we've had on, and we're gonna bring on some new people. We are going to have more guests. I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna see who we would get for Dragon Con. I think we're gonna bring a guest to Dragon Con. Ooh. And I think you and I can talk about that off mic and kind of develop some ideas, because you may know some people within driving distance. Because I love you people. I love you people, but we are not making enough money to fly somebody in from somewhere. So this would be a total. Well, this would be a total like charity case. You'd be giving to us self-promotion.
Fly you. I'll buy you a cheeseburger when you get to Dragon Con. I ain't flying you. Get out of here.
So, but I think between you and I, we could probably come up with a good guest for Dragon Con.
Did someone say, "Hey, fly me in, I'll be a guest"? And tell them, hell no. You can walk.
Just saying. Just put it out there. So these are the things that we're doing. These are the things we're working for you, people. We are working for you. We are here to entertain, and we are working for it. You know who I would love to get?
And we're working for you.
Fucking Cheeto. Sorry, God, I'm sorry.
Listen. Just because I look like a Dorito with hair doesn't mean that you have the right. Right, Maria? Yes, Donald, I love you. When can I be free from the contract? Not yet, Nadia, not yet. Go back and look pretty.
That's so wrong. You've just picked on every satire moment that could possibly be picked on for our president. That's so wrong.
I hit it all.
Poor Melania.
I hit it fast. I hit everything, and boom, 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 and I'm gone.
She's so pretty. She's got such great hair. You so pretty. You want beautiful nail? Why you don't have boyfriend?
I do for you. You have a nail. I do for you.
It's okay. I forget. I struggle with that because I love that skit, and then I get stuck with the Miss Swan because I do Miss Swan so well. Oh yeah.
That's right.
I like a ouzo. Yeah, that's not my dog. You know that guy. You know he look like a man. Yeah. So I get stuck with the beautiful nail and Miss Swan, and they kind of make this weird combination. It's like, oh yeah, I fick it. I fick it for you. You want beautiful nail? Yeah.
There you go. So we will be at Dragon Con. We're gonna try to find a guest. We might have you know what, we could have some multiple guests, like a guest every 10 minutes or so, maybe come in as a surprise listener guest listener guest speaker guest.
Maybe. Well, yeah, maybe. Now we can also look at who's going to be there and see if they would like to sit in on our podcast.
Alfie,
Theon,
T-shirt for
we
you.
Still have his T-shirt for him because balls is a state of mind. Game of Thrones, will it even be aired by then?
Yeah, it'll be done. April it comes out.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah. April, and then it's done. That's it.
Did you ever get in touch with
Kirsten Herford?
that?
A few times, and his people do reply back.
They do. They're good with that because.
But the problem is the schedule that he has.
They are so busy with this last taping.
But I will say this: of all the people we've tried to land to be a guest on the show, Tormund, Giants, Kirsten Herford, and I'm sorry I can't ever pronounce his last name because it literally is a jumble of consonants in Swedish.
No disrespect, because we do love this man. No disrespect
to him, because, by God, the bearded ginger warrior that he is, he's magnificent. He's
beautiful babies. Large ginger babies.
To make beautiful babies.
Take over the world.
So,
kissed by fire. Gingers are kissed by fire. I love it.
So, we have tried to have Tormund as a guest on the show, and at least he has had his people reply and have said, hey, this is the schedule he's keeping. We don't know when it can be, but please just keep in contact with us.
So
that's all I ask,
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really great response. For those of you who do public PR type stuff, don't have your assistants, brothers, cousins, uncles, mothers, fathers, twice removed stepsister respond going, I'm sorry, they may be busy that day.
Yeah, when we didn't tell you what day it would be.
We're not bitter about that at all, even though we bring it up every 5 episodes.
We were only like, I don't know what. We were just starting, to gain momentum. And then we reached out to somebody, and their assistant messaged us back.
Assistant intern.
People. And let me tell you something. This person, you ain't that big. You ain't that big of a celebrity where you got to have like people contacting us.
Peoples. Yeah.
Thanks. You're good and everything, but nah. Sorry, that boat sailed. That train has left the state. Anywho's, well, that's all I have.
That's all I've got.
That's all I got.
I'm spent. I reckon. You have worn me out.
I don't know what Dan would say to that, but anyway.
Oh my god.
In fact, I don't know what Cole would say to that either.
Right, anyway, yeah. Ooh. I better watch it. Knife in the back. Ooh, shit.
Hang on a second. Yes, John Hardy. Yeah, I need to order it. Yeah, the sterling. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I need to
order platinum.
Yeah, platinum. Rose gold. Yeah, we need to order that. Anyway, that's the podcast. We'll say goodbye.
Goodbye. I can't breathe. I'm done.
Was it better than Wilford Brimley and Sam Elliott?
Oh my god! Please, I can't hit stop. You gotta stop. I'm okay. I can end the podcast now.
Good.
Thanks for joining us here at the Department of Understanding Humans, also known as DUH. Just remember, this is our circus. These are our monkeys. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media outlets. You can find all of our podcasting streams and feeds at our website at www.dawebsite.com. That's D.U.H website.com. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great day.